Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review the latest film from director Robert Eggers, The Lighthouse. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos every single day. You can also find me over Twitter and Instagram at Movie Guy 365, as well as over at the Disney Magic Hour podcast. I will leave a link for that in the description. Okay, so director of The Witch, Robert Eggers, has released his latest film, The Lighthouse. I have been looking forward to this one for quite some time, and I'm a big fan of Willem Dafoe, and of course Robert Eggers as the director, and Robert Pattinson being in there. I was anxious to see what they were going to do. Now, as far as The Witch goes, this is definitely one of those films that is very divisive. You either love it or hate it. So I was interested to see what his storytelling style would be consistent with this film versus what he did the first time in The Witch. Now, The Lighthouse is definitely it is a dark fantasy tale at its heart. It's really pretty much only between the two characters played by Robert Pattinson as well as Willem Dafoe. They play the lighthouse keepers that are left out on this unknown island and just kind of keeping over a watch house for a duration of 4 weeks. And during the meantime, they put up with storms, repairing just general upkeep of the premises, and of course a lot of weird stuff starts happening, but it's more just like character stuff happening, and they kind of have a little bit of while there is a mystery to what's going on, it's not like the focus of the story until much later in the film. And then it's really at its heart a tale about pretty much Pattinson's character from his perspective. We see a lot going on from his point of view, and the other interactions he has are, whenever Willem Dafoe is on screen, it's really with Robert Pattinson. So most of this film is in fact taking place from his point of view. Now, as far as watching, it is a bit of a slow burn. So it's something that if you're looking for, gunfights and fast-paced action, this is definitely not for you. It's very, very much methodical storytelling as it unfolds. I really enjoyed it quite a bit. In fact, I was really at the point where the movie ended. I'm not going to spoil anything, where I started thinking about things, and I'm like, did I really enjoy it as much as I think I did? And I could say safely that yes, I actually really did enjoy this film quite a bit. There is a old, mythology to it that accompanies our characters and their motivations. But there's also like, oh, is this one of those things where is this happening? Is this not happening? What's going on exactly? And even the director himself has said there's a lot of open for interpretation. I'm not a huge fan of that answer. I kind of like a finite answer, I don't like, oh, leave it up to the viewer type of thing. But I think in this particular case, there's enough evidence that I feel comfortable with that assertion. That there's something that you can interpret. I interpreted it one way, which I would, I could talk at length about. Once again, I won't spoil anything here, but it is very much kind of one of those movies, and I don't feel that it really. You have to kind of get past the 1890s era dialect and how everybody talks. So, I mean, that for me wasn't a problem. When I watched The Witch, for instance, it took me about 2 viewings of that movie to really understand what was going on just because of the speech. This, I feel, is a little bit, it's no real different. And I will definitely go back to it when it arrives on either Blu Ray or 4K. I would love to see this in that format. But this is something I can go back to. I don't think I'm going to learn anything new in particular. Just maybe pick up things that I missed along the way, just purely based off of dialect. I think Robert Pattinson as our main character, he was really good. We learned a lot about him and his motivations and what was driving him. And of course, his partner in crime, as it were, Willem Dafoe, was brilliant. I enjoyed his character so much in this. He's such a great character actor, and I think he did a phenomenal job with the role. I think they both did, and I think the mystery surrounding the island and ultimately its conclusion for me was very satisfying. It kind of left me scratching my head for a second, and then as I started putting the pieces together in my own head, I realized, you know what, this is a dark fairy tale, and I think that sums it up best. It's definitely methodical. There's a little touch of Lovecraftian, kind of influence in there, and just overall ancient gods and mysteries and that sort of thing. And at the end of the day, I enjoyed it for what it was, and I think it's really a good film. It is definitely not going to be for everybody, but I would recommend it highly. I give this one an 8.5 out of 10. It's a very, very generous score for what I feel is a really great movie, and it might even be one that I feel I would probably up the score once I see it a couple more times. So let me know in the comments below if you plan to see The Lighthouse, and if you did, what did you think of it? In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos every single day. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.